Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to this video. In this video we're going to solve a classical coding interview question, FizzBuzz. Write a program that outputs the strings representation of numbers from 1 to n, but for multiples of 3 it should print fizz instead of the number, and for the multiples of 5 print buzz. For numbers which are multiples of both 3 and 5 print FizzBuzz. For example, if you're given n equals to 5, then we have number from 1 to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here 1 is not multiples of 3 or 5, so we'll print the number. 2 is not multiples of 3 or 5, so we print the number 2. Then here 3 is the multiples of 3, so we print here fizz. Here 4 is not multiples of 3 or 5, so we print here the number, and 5 is the multiples of 5, so we print here buzz. For n equals to 5, we have to return this list. If we are given n equals to 15, then we have number from 1 to 15. 1 is not multiples of 3 or 5, so we print here 1, then 2, and here 3 is the multiples of 3, so we print here fizz. 4 is not multiples of 3 or 5, so we print here 4. Then 5 is the multiples of 5, so we printed here buzz. Then 6 is the multiples of 3, so we print here fizz. 7 and 8 is not multiples of 3 or 5, so we printed here 7 and 8. Then 9 is the multiples of 3, so we printed here fizz. Then 10 is the multiples of 5, so we printed here buzz. Then 11 is not multiples of 3 or 5, so we printed here 11. Then 12 is the multiples of 3, so we printed here fizz. Then 13 and 14 is not multiples of 3 or 5, so we printed here the number. And 15 is the multiples of 3 and 5, so we printed here FizzBuzz. If our current number is multiples of 3, then we have to print fizz. If the current number is multiples of 5, then we have to print buzz. And if the current number is multiples of 3 and 5, then we have to print FizzBuzz. So for this given input n equals to 15, we have to return this list. Now, how we can solve this problem? We can solve this problem pretty easily. We will run a loop from 1 to the given number, and we will check if the current number is multiples of 3, then we'll print fizz. If the current number is multiples of 5, then we'll print buzz. If the current number is multiples of both 3 and 5, then we'll print FizzBuzz. If the current number is not multiples of 3 or 5, then we will print the number itself. Now let's see the pseudocode. We're going to declare a function FizzBuzz that takes the given number as input. Let's assume we're given n equals to 5. Here we're going to create a list. This list will store the answer. Then we're running a loop for I from 1 to the given number. Then here we're going to check if I is multiples of 5 and 3. That means if I is divisible by 3 and 5, then we're adding FizzBuzz to the list for our current number. If I is multiples of 3, that means if I is divisible by 3, we're adding fizz. If I is multiples of 5, then we're adding buzz. Otherwise, we're going to convert the current character to string, and we're adding that string to our list. At the end, we're returning the list. For n equals to 5, we have to print 1, then 2, then fizz, then 4, then buzz. Hope you've understood how to solve this problem. The solution will take big of n time complexity, where n is the given input to this program, and it will take big of n space complexity to construct the answer list. Hope you have understood this video explanation. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next video.